Every species in nature has its own purpose. Those at the top of the food chain are the most complex creatures on their land. They are ancient totems of civilization, connecting humans to nature. Their breath and heartbeat carry the messages of nature. Come meet them, and you will catch a glimpse of the spirit world. Tigers have been revered by humans for thousands of years. More than 3,000 years ago, people carved images of tigers onto rocks. They believed that tigers could travel throughout heaven and earth and communicate with all creatures. They called them the King of the Mountains. The ancestor of the tiger is believed to have lived in China 2 million years ago. Over 100 years ago, tigers were widely distributed throughout China. The largest subspecies of tiger, the Amur tiger, had the largest body size. Three old men walked through the temperate forest of Changbai Mountains, searching for a mysterious plant. The forest was a mix of evergreen conifers and deciduous broadleaf trees, and it had been dominated by this type of vegetation for thousands of years. The men were looking for wild ginseng, a plant that was said to have many medicinal properties. They had heard that ginseng grew in this forest, and they were determined to find it.
老人遗留下来的这规矩得用，那不3根加个家规。叫棍儿吧，我叫2下，你们叫1下，我就知道你们在哪块儿。完了，我要是叫3下，你紧盘的往我这边走，听了吗？听了。记住。
There is a mysterious connection between Amur tigers and ginseng. Legend has it that Nur Ha-Chi, the Emperor Taizu of Qing, found a secret land of wild ginseng in Changbai Mountain, guided by a tiger. This land became the foundational funding of his realm. Three men have searched for the land for a whole day, but they have found nothing. Wild ginseng has become rare and extremely hard to find. Interestingly, tigers have disappeared along with wild ginseng. As the head of the ginseng group, Wang keeps trying. He believes that the tigers still live somewhere in the mountain, just like the wild ginseng is still waiting for him in the deep forest.
山神爷爷老把头那个饭猪包子，山神爷爷老把子啥？山神爷爷老把头是什么？
The other two people in the ginseng group don't believe that the tiger will come back after being gone for years. They don't take Wang's words seriously. The emperors of the Qing dynasty had a tradition of hunting in the Changbai mountain. In his lifetime, the Kangxi emperor had hunted 135 tigers by himself. According to Qinding Shengjing Tongzhi, at that time, tigers were everywhere in all mountains. In 1998, a group of scientists and forestry investigators from China, USA, and Russia conducted the first field survey of the Amur tigers in northeast China. The results showed that there had been no breeding or sustainable populations of Amur tiger in China. This year happened to be the last tiger year in the 20th century. Wang's persistence is grounded in reasons. During his recent mountain journeys, he experienced an unusual sensation. The frequency of animal sightings has increased, and the forest is undergoing changes. Today, a mountain villager reported a deceased goat, and patroller Li Dongwei suspects a large feline may be responsible. Incidents of livestock attacks have been occurring intermittently in this region. Could it be that the Amur tigers have returned? Infrared cameras are a perfect tool for detecting tigers.
猫科动物非常机敏，正常情况下就是很少是在野外能遇见。当你看到老虎的时候，其实老虎已经凝视你100次了。
我们从2015年时候，对大家已经对这个可能已经丧失信心的时候，不太再关注它的时候，我们就开始进入了这个东北。
In fact, since 1998, like the head of this ginseng group, some Chinese scientists don't totally agree that the Amur tigers have disappeared in China. Wang's belief in the King of Mountains is somehow rewarded. On the 7th day, they finally have some discoveries. Wild mountain ginseng, considered mature after 15 years of growth in deep mountains, cannot withstand direct sunlight. In the well-preserved temperate mixed forests, a perfect habitat is created under the dense vegetation and canopy, with sparse space and magical diffuse light. To prevent ginseng from running away, it is tied up with red ropes promptly. Digging ginseng requires the use of antlers, as neither metal tools nor hands are suitable. Another enigmatic aspect of ginseng is its unpredictable leaf growth each year. Wang, on a tall Korean pine trunk, carves a simple shrine to express gratitude to the King of Mountains for its blessings.
哎，山神爷爷老把头，这味儿不错，拿货了。
After more than 10 days, only crows and a raccoon dog have come for the dead goat, but no tigers.
检查好几个了，都没有拍到老虎。这个东西想拍它，有的时候它也非常神秘。
It seems that if Li Dongwei wants to detect tigers, he has to move to another place.
专家业内人士都认为，中国东北老虎已经没有可繁殖、可支撑长期发展的这些种群的话，但是我们如果从生态系统的角度来说，未来虎还是有可能回来的。只要我们把整个的森林建设好，是吧？把整个的栖地、它的家建设好，我相信只要梅花鹿、野猪这些回来，老虎自然它也会回来的。
The Korean pines, which served as the canvas for Wang's shrine, stand out prominently in the canopy, garnering much attention. Moreover, they play a crucial role as the keystone species in the northeast China temperate mixed forest ecosystem. During summer, the mixed coniferous forests with abundant Korean pines strike a balance between openness and density, creating an ideal habitat for the flourishing growth of shrubs and plants below. Consequently, herbivores and omnivores find this region a bountiful foraging ground. In winter and early spring, the evergreen conifers and shrub shoots serve as sustenance for all animals throughout the cold days. Preserved Korean pine forests are believed to offer a higher likelihood of encountering the elusive Amur tigers. The bountiful cones on the Korean pines are eagerly awaited by the chipmunks. These nuts, full of oil, are also humans' favorite. This chipmunk follows the trunk that transports pine cones all the way into human territory. The well-fed chipmunk is eager to gather more pine nuts and store them in its numerous holes to ensure a secure winter survival. However, the diligent chipmunk sometimes forgets the locations of certain holes, leaving behind pine nuts that may sprout in the following year. It is rumored that 60% of the Korean pines in the mountains owe their existence to these forgetful chipmunks, although verification remains uncertain. The vast Changbai Mountains, spanning over 1,000 kilometers in width, are entirely cloaked in forests, including a substantial number of Korean pines and broadleaf mixed forests. These expansive woodlands act as a natural reservoir, collecting summer rain and giving rise to numerous streams and ponds within its lush embrace. Inhabiting this forest is the common grass frog, an amphibian dependent on water and moist habitats throughout its life cycle. During autumn, it diligently seeks out a flowing stream in the valley to hibernate for 5 or 6 months through the winter. Not every grass frog is lucky enough. This is a badger, a mustelid that looks like a dog. It has had a good sleep in the daytime. Now it comes out of its hole to seek food under the cover of night. The frog is targeted by the badger before it can get down the mountain. Half a month later, an Amur tiger indeed appeared in front of this camera trap. In fact, in the first tiger year of this century, which is 2010, this tiger was caught by Feng Limin's camera.
当时给我们很足的信心，给了我们巨大的信心。但是后面2年，我们又没有拍到。
This forest's true legend is embodied by this tiger, whose initial and current appearances both occurred in October. We shall christen it October in honor of this momentous occasion. Having already experienced the first tiger year of this century, October is now bracing for the impending second one as the long winter approaches. With the imminent arrival of snow, a Ural owl finds itself in dire need of prey for sustenance. After spotting its target, a mouse, the owl positions itself about 100 meters away, sheltered by shrubs. As the mouse scampers away, the truth is revealed. Ural owls possess the remarkable ability to silently glide through trees during short flights, making escape nearly impossible. With Wang retired, Xu, the new leader of the ginseng group, takes charge of this mountain expedition. Their current quest involves locating mistletoe, a Chinese medicinal plant renowned for its efficacy in treating rheumatism. Mistletoe thrives as a parasitic plant on the upper branches of broadleaf trees and at the crown's highest points. Its sticky seeds are consumed by birds, who later excrete them onto other trees, ensuring their attachment and thus presenting a unique method of sowing. As the new group lead, Xu upholds Wang's rules. One crucial guideline is not to harvest all the mistletoe at once. The other emphasizes leaving some for the mountain animals instead of taking everything. During the night, the animals discovered the mistletoe left behind by Xu's group. Something had caught their attention, or they'd sensed something intriguing. The following day, near the area where they'd left mistletoe, they stumbled upon the lifeless body of a sika deer. It became evident that October, the Amur tiger, began hunting in this territory. Her footprints crisscrossed the landscape, indicating her satisfaction with this region. October is a tigress.
雌虎，它需要找一个非常好的一个环境，一个栖息地来定居抚育后代。雌虎定居，真正的意味着老虎会有未来。一个地方，如果你只有50只梅花鹿或者200只狍子，你只能支撑这只老虎生活1年。如果你说它每年都有这么多猎物吃的话，那么你要10倍的这样的基数才能支撑。这就意味着你需要500只左右的梅花鹿和2000只左右的狍子，才能支撑一只老虎的生存。所以说，一个森林生态系统要养活这500只梅花鹿，那么你这片森林，它的整个的森林结构也非常的完整。
Feng Li Min and his team started to wait while surveying. They were waiting for this forest to be fully prepared for the return of the King of the Mountains. October has firmly established her dominion over the mountain, as Amur tigers typically do by marking their territory with urine. This sprayed urine becomes a vital communication channel among the forest inhabitants. They decipher essential information, such as identifying the forest's owner or detecting females in estrus. The scent of urine significantly influences the actions of other creatures in the vicinity. In general, an Amur tigress's territory spans several hundred square kilometers, while a male Amur tiger's domain can extend up to 1,000 square kilometers. Upon any animal's, be it human or otherwise, entry into the Amur tiger's territory, the tiger assumes a vigilant stance, observing the visitor in its own way. Their attachment to their land is profound, leading them to patrol it diligently.
"这个老虎作为森林之王，它维持着整个森林的这种秩序，它是整个的这个野生动物这个社会中的大家长，它的存在才能够维持整个家庭的和谐稳定，才能镇得住这一片。"
Within the temperate mixed forest of Northeast Asia, the lush vegetation, dominated by Korean pines, sustains a diverse array of wildlife, forming a complex food chain. At the apex of this forest food chain stand the majestic Amur tigers, who reign over all creatures, ensuring a stable food chain and a harmonious ecosystem.
因为长链它大于了10.5，初步可以确认为这是一只成年雄性的东北虎。
A male tiger. The entire team is inspired by this fact.
这个东西你看，它往上走了之后，来到这棵树上，它在这个树上进行了标记，这是在我们林区里老虎就是很常见的一种标记的标记树。老虎在这棵臭桦树上留下了毛发。 有这个手持火焰信号弹，能解掉一个心仪，最起码就说明了我身上就有一个防身的工具。如果真遇到野生动物，这个燃放了以后，黄金60秒，人就是可以安全的撤离这个现场。
Soon after, the male tiger is captured by the camera trap. And we shall refer to him as Sakhalin. Amur tigers, also known as Siberian tigers, primarily inhabit the Russian Far East, North Korea, and northeastern China. The movement of these animals transcends borders, and as forests are restored, Amur tigers intermittently cross over from Russia into China. Some are merely passing through, while others choose to establish their home here. The region frequently witnesses the footprints of both the male tiger Sakhalin and the tigress October. Male and female tigers usually feel each other out through smell and sound. There has to be a clear boundary between male tigers' territories, yet the home range of a male and a female can overlap. These two tigers begin to live together naturally.
这只雄虎呢，很快地占领了这块，成为它所在的这块区域的领地的主人。它拥有了雌虎，拥有了自己的家庭，但是好景不长。
Another male tiger sets its sights on this territory too, and we'll name it Baishan. Baishan has traveled a considerable distance, yet it exudes strength. It has acquired the information left by October on the tree and is aware of Sakhalin's presence. In return, Sakhalin is well aware of the intruder's arrival. As the Chinese idiom warns, one mountain cannot sustain two tigers, and a looming duel awaits. Sakhalin, with a limp, appears on camera again. It seems tired and desolate.
它战败之后，最终很快，它也在我们的监测过程中消失掉。
For a tiger, losing its territory often means a grim struggle for survival. Potential causes could include severe injuries sustained during fights, hindering its hunting capabilities, or an inability to secure a stable, food-rich territory. In nature, tigresses select the most suitable male for reproduction, a basic law of their existence. Baishan, being strong and formidable, has never encountered any worthy adversaries. It has always ruled this land unchallenged until this very day.
把这帽子啊都整对灯的啊，哎，好，一个个赶紧的往外走。
In the long winter, at the edge of the Changbai Mountain, a tiger show is about to start.
欢迎各位游客来到咱们宁古塔雪峰岭，给大家表演一场山神祭。咱们满族人信仰大山有灵，保护各位游客身体健康，万事有余。
Ye Zhen, a Manchu, is a local shaman, preserving an ancient religious tradition that spans nearly 10,000 years, shamanism. The centerpiece of her family's legacy is the tiger spirit ritual, which, sadly, has been dormant since the tigers vanished from the region. Shamans venerate the spirit within every living being, performing dances to establish a connection between the spiritual and physical realms, seeking divine protection. Presently, Ye Zhen entertains tourists by portraying a shaman in captivating shows at the tourist attraction. The news that tigers have come back is delivered to Ye Zhen. She goes back to her hometown to speak to her ancestors that she wants to restore the tiger spirit ritual that has been suspended for many decades.
家族的老祖宗，咱们呢老虎回来了，鹰也到了，再给老祖宗跳一部《鹰虎记》，保佑咱们家族人丁兴旺。
Throughout her regular duties, Ye Zhen assumes the role of entertaining visitors. Nevertheless, her demeanor takes on a profound seriousness when she prepares for the tiger spirit ritual. During this sacred dance, shamans entreat various animal spirits, including the eagle, leopard, and bear spirits, as well as others. Among them, the tiger spirit holds paramount importance. Through this connection, shamans harness the regal power of the supreme beast, the tiger. By venerating the tiger spirit, the shaman and the spirit converge, empowering them to serve others.
满族人呢信仰万物有灵，老虎回来了，保佑咱们人丁兴旺。
The geese that flew south last year are back. Behold the Siberian salamander, an ancient species dating back to the time of dinosaurs. Throughout the winter, it remains concealed underwater. Locals hold a belief that it is the first creature to detect the scent of spring. Gradually, it stretches its stiff body, ascending to the water's surface. A male salamander, poised in a strategic position, tirelessly flicks its tail, awaiting the arrival of females. Then the salamander swims towards a designated spawning ground. After enduring the lengthy winter, every male salamander eagerly engages in the fervent pursuit of a mate. This spirited contest marks the ceremonial commencement of spring. Under the cloak of darkness, the triumphant males promptly release their spawns. Fish and amphibians primarily reproduce through external fertilization, wherein sperms swim towards and unite with the eggs in the water. Having fulfilled its duty, the salamander departs from the pond. Salamanders only congregate during spring, disappearing into the forest without a trace afterwards. The forest awakens to the call of spring. Within a hollow nestled amidst a Korean pine, a rare family finds shelter. The Chinese mergansers, an ancient species globally scarce with a population of less than 3,000. The thawing river becomes an abundant source of sustenance. The mother swiftly nourishes herself before returning to the hollow. It is hatching time, and she ventures out once or twice daily to feed. Within the narrow confines of the hollow, her precious eggs are concealed. This forest serves as a vital haven for her. After more than 20 days, the offspring emerge from their eggs. Their first act is to leap from a hollow that stands over 10 meters above the ground. Fearless, they take the plunge, equivalent to a 400-meter fall from a human perspective. Animals and plants in the forest wake up one after another. October, the Amur tigress, comes into our sight again. After the winter, she looks thinner, but she has never left this land. For 6 years, Baishan and October have formed a devoted couple. Yet, face-to-face encounters have been scarce between them. In their daily lives, communication primarily relies on markings and scents. Urine and scrapes on the ground facilitate their exchange of news. Male and female tigers in a partnership typically meet every 2 years. During the brief estrus period, they remain together for only a few days. Witnessing tigers in heat and mating scenes proves challenging, even with camera traps. Nonetheless, the cameras have successfully documented the outcomes in the subsequent year.
2010年，从上个虎年，它顽强地生活到了第2个虎年，第一次进入中国境内的这只母虎，堪称是真正的英雄的雌虎，为中国老虎的整个种群的现在的发展贡献了极为重要的力量。
Following mating, the male tiger departs, leaving the female to raise the cubs single-handedly. As the daughters mature, they carve out territories adjacent to their mother's land. Meanwhile, the sons venture far and wide, establishing their own domains. As the offspring grow and disperse, the dream of tigers roaming all mountains once again becomes a hopeful reality.
我希望恢复到100余年前一片原始的温带真阔混交林，庇护着一个健康的东北虎种群。
During the Chinese New Year in 2022, in Helong City, nestled at the base of the main peak of Changbai Mountain, massive footprints suddenly grace our sight. These indomitable marks hint at the imminent return of Amur tigers, ready to rule once again. With assurance, we proclaim that the King of the Mountains has indeed made a triumphant comeback.